3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Drone Seekers are live.
And here we are, once again. You can come here again. Good grief, when it's the time to go and enjoy yourself. Well, we've got Kev back with us. And we've got Terry, Marcus and Jackie. And here we are the Drone Seekers, and you are the Drone Seekers. So, good evening to Russell, to Harvey, and to
Mikey and Sergio.
Right, and Brian, Kim, Jerry, Stephen, Hot Rolling Daytona. If I've forgotten your name again. Someone will remind me one day. I'll have to write them down.
Rod in Daytona.
Right,
Rod.
okay, right, okay. Anyone else we got here? And Sally. Hello, Sally, from me and Biggles. You hope you're being a good boy, Biggles. No chasing the cats.
Andy's also watching. Andy in Los Alcatraz is watching as well.
Oh, right. I don't see that. I haven't got that far yet. Hang on. Oh,
No,
and Terry. Terry's here. I was at Facebook users. Oh, yeah. Right.
That's me.
So, what we've been up to? Been up to lots and lots and lots, no doubt.
I've been flying my new drone.
Terry's been flying his new drone. How are you getting on with that, Terry?
Yeah, a lot better. I think Jackie will attest to that.
Yeah, I've seen the second video now. He's getting better, going braver, going further.
We demand to see the second. Is it on YouTube yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put it on YouTube this afternoon.
I'll check that out. So anyone wants to see Terry's new FPV drone in action, version 2, video-wise, that is.
On his channel.
Check out Terry's.
Bit of a boring video, but it was more to train with, you know.
Terry? What's your YouTube channel? What's it called?
Terry Hawes.
No, it's not. You renamed it. Don't you remember?
Terry Hawes.
Terry Hawes, Drone Seeker and Photography Flights and something. You really should shorten it, but anyway.
That's why I left it at Terry Hawes. If you look at Terry Hawes, you'll see it.
I'll check out Terry Hawes. And
come on, Marcus, find us the link.
Go on, Marcus.
I'll put the link. Yeah, I'll get the link going.
Oh, thank you very much, Kim. That's very kind of you.
What do you say?
Very good video, Terry. You should be proud of your skill, young man.
There you go. See?
I think it should say Terry Hawes, agent for MI6.
Yeah.
You got to stop saying that. I'm getting telephone calls.
Drone guy.
I'll wipe the nose of that one.
So the official name is Drone Seeker, Terry Hawes, Spanish Flights, and more.
See, that's quite a mouthful, isn't it?
Good grief.
You said to me, change it.
Yeah, no, that's better than Terry Hawes, definitely.
I forgot who drone guy is. I'm not allowed to know that.
What?
Who's drone guy? Drone guy.
Who's drone guy?
Who's drone guy? Yeah, it's on
That's a secret. I know who he is, but I can't tell you. If I told you, I'd have to shoot you. So.
Yeah, you can't get.
I'm not again.
Listen, Terry knows about secrets. So, there's just some secrets you just got to keep.
He's a Russian spy, don't forget.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
So we've got a Russian spy there. We've got MI6 here. I'm worried about Marcus now.
I'm worried that MI6 is going to start saying to me, "What are you doing?"
Oh, that would be funny, wouldn't it?
I reckon Marcus belongs to the Skydio too.
Hey, okay, so I got to tell you a little bit about the Skydio 2. So I did have a couple of flights this week with the Skydio 2,
I watched that.
And I did. I posted a video. So did you see some of the comments, Steve?
Yeah.
Some of the comments are, Marcus, what are you doing out flying Jackie's drone?
Yeah, well, it's out there, isn't it? You know, everyone knows.
Gary Bauer said it. Kim Discovering History said it. Everyone, why are you flying Jackie's drone?
Everybody, Marcus is just looking after it for me.
There's only one thing you can do, Marcus, to put it right, and you know what it is. Pass it down to Jackie.
Yeah. Hang on here. We'll get that
One day I'll actually catch it.
I actually did see an advert for a Skydio 2 on their local eBay. And
Here's
I thought,
the link.
And I looked at it and I thought, Yeah, I looked at this, I thought, clicked on it, and it was fake.
Oh, no, you've got to get the real thing. Can't wait till it's available in Europe.
Yeah, there's a link to Terry's. There's a link to Terry's.
There it is.
Well.
It will land.
Oh.
So,
it will land right on that thing.
Like, subscribe.
That's so cool.
It will drop. You put this on the ground and it'll drop right on it.
Hey, Luke, here he is. Luke is famous. BBC Suffolk. Luke McCauley. There he is.
Did he mention drone seekers?
No, he didn't mention drone seekers.
Oh, Luke, come on.
Steve, I was listening to BB Suffolk on the internet the other day, and I heard Luke talking about drones, but I was shocked that he didn't mention the drone seekers.
The other day, it was this morning, Marcus.
Oh. Okay, it was this morning.
What are you talking about, Gary?
Skydio 2 remote riders with poo.
Oh, good on you, Gary. Yes, I like that.
That's all right. There's someone else who doesn't want it then.
It's gonna be one of those things. Sorry, dudes, next time. What I want to know, Luke, is how you twisted that one. You know, I think realistically, here we go, look.
We did it.
Jackie's got a Skydio 2 now.
Yeah. Oh, Mike and Yvonne are here.
Hi, Mike and Yvonne.
We're Madeira this week, if you're interested, Mike and Yvonne.
What?
Not with Jackie, unfortunately. She can't come.
I'm still over the border.
Yeah.
So you guys are still locked down, huh?
Yup.
We're not letting them Kev, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, we're okay now, aren't we?
We're good. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good to.
I went out flying today.
Yep, I went out flying.
I went out flying.
Where did you go, Kev?
Oh, just locally down to the local lakes. Got a big lakes area, and just had a good fly around there to just exercise the batteries, really.
I'll have to come up one day, Kev. You're not that far away from me. What, about 80 miles?
Yeah, meet halfway somewhere, most likely.
Yeah. Let's find somewhere to go. I mean, I've got Shane, who I'm sort of like. Shane's learning the ropes flying drones. He's getting better. Well, apart from his mini that's not getting better. Don't do a helix around the tree anymore, Shane, if you're watching. It doesn't end well. With broken legs and broken gimbals. Yeah, there we are. Right, okay, so we've got a new drone come on. We've got 2 new drones, don't you, from DJI. So for those DJI fans, we'll show this, and for the ones who don't like DJI, close your eyes.
Okay, here's a question. I have a question. So when that drone was following the Jeep, it looked like the southwestern United States. I mean, I would have sworn that was, Utah or Arizona or New Mexico or something. But as they came in on that Jeep, you could see the license plate on it, and it was clearly a foreign. I don't think it was UK, was it, Steve? I don't believe so. The numbers
I don't think so.
didn't look right.
You wouldn't get weather like that in the UK. That the mountains, the mountains.
Didn't like UK, did it?
Yeah. So I'm just wondering where that was filmed at. That's I guess the point that I was getting to. It was interesting.
Mm.
What's Terry eating?
Hang on.
Sweet, Terry. Give me sweet.
That's a sweet.
Sweeties.
Obnobs.
So, is the DJI Air 2S as good as the Skydio?
Well,
If
track
I
is certainly
I
not.
have a Skydio.
Australia. Oh, it's Australia.
Oh, that's possible. That's possible.
I reckon that's Lauren, isn't it? Lauren.
Listen, I don't know what the Canadian Secret Service is called.
Probably Canadian Secret Service, I guess.
I can tell you that individual is probably a member of the Canadian Secret Service. I'll leave it at that.
Right. Okay.
I think you're obsessed with Secret Service, Marcus. I like this one from Stevie.
Let's see.
I think he wants to take over the slot.
You got the gig, mate. Stevie's flyers. Stevie's joke of the week. Oh dear. I know some parts are shot in different places. I bet none of that was shot in the UK. If it was raining, it'd be the UK.
Looked pretty good, didn't it? The drone.
It's an improvement on the. It's like a cross between the Air and the Mavic Pro, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's inching closer and closer to the Mavic 2 Pro. In some ways, it's better. Other features, not quite so much. I think it's kind of telling us that DJI is definitely moving the bar up for the Mavic, and the Mavic is going to be a little bit higher up the food chain, the next version.
I'm still wondering when they're going to bring a Mavic out with an interchangeable lens on the camera. Is it going to happen, do you think?
Yeah, about August.
No. Smiley face?
I don't know.
Someone put their
What do I know?
I know. Let's ask Drone Guy. What do you think, Drone Guy?
Hot Rod says Rainmaker put his Air 2S in the water with tracking. Oh no. Can't have had that long then.
Yeah, do you guys have not seen? Somebody mentioned comparing the Skydio with the Air 2S, and DC Rainmaker did just a really, really great video comparing the two. And one of the things he did, quite frankly, Jackie, is bicycle riding and tracking on the bike. And the Air 2S went in the canal.
Oh my God!
Oh,
So
wow.
Skydio still wins.
See, that's the thing. All these sensors, you've got about 1 million sensors on it, including one on the bottom. But when it comes to water, it doesn't care, does it?
Well, really, Steve, in this case, that was incidental. It hit a tree and fell into the water. So.
Oh, right. Wow.
Yeah, but the Skydio wouldn't have hit the tree, would it?
Well, he did the exact same test with the Skydio, and it just ducked in between the trees. And in fact, he did it a few times.
So what is the point of all these sensors?
Here's what I'm going to tell you, Steve. I believe DC Rainmaker, I think he's one of those big channels that he gets a pre-production unit.
Right.
And
okay.
I'm going to suggest that maybe the software wasn't quite as refined
Right.
as what we might see right now. So, although if you need to see the video, if I can find it, I'll put a link in the chat. But what he did is he got a hold of DJI. There were a couple incidents, and Jackie, you'll be interested in this. When he was riding his bike and he came to a stop, and the Mavic Air 2S ran into him. He had to duck down to keep the drone from.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and then the incident, of course, we fell into the water. So he took all of those files and he got a hold of DJI, and DJI just basically said, "Yeah, that's just the way it is." They said that's the nature of the drone. So I'm not sure what to say.
I must admit, when I'm doing a follow me on my bike, I tend to have the drone to the side of me and fly sideways on. You know, when we go down towards the dam in Tibby,
Yeah.
Jackie, that huge hill.
Yeah.
And if you have the drone over the valley, it gives you a profile view rather than behind you. And I find that better.
But then the only problem is the drone's going sideways, though, surely.
That doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Yeah,
hurt
that
it.
does if it doesn't, because
Well,
as long as the sensors see what's going on.
Well, I
Well, I was
keep
going to
it above the tree height.
say,
Yeah.
in this case, that he was going through a tunnel of trees, so
Right.
the drone literally had to be behind him.
But when you think about it, they brought out the Air 2, and one of the features of the Air 2, the one thing they promoted heavily was the way the sensors work. So you mean they've actually brought a drone out with more sensors that don't work as well as the ones with less sensors?
It doesn't have more sensors, Steve. It has less, actually.
It's got 4 on the front.
Yeah, no, it's got two in front, and the other two kind of face forward, but they're upward-facing sensors.
They're
As you go.
Yeah, and it does not have side sensors.
But surely it does have side sensors.
It does not.
Is it?
The Air 2 does not. Air 2S does not. The Mavic 2 Pro does.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, DJI, I suggest you put about 100 sensors. Just cover the whole damn drone in sensors.
Yeah, then it won't hit anything.
Well, okay, so you're joking around, but I'm telling you, I guarantee you that Mavic 3 is going to be a tour de force of tracking and everything. Everything about that Mavic 3, I guarantee you, will just probably blow your mind. It's going to be expensive.
I am really surprised that DJI have not tried to actually steal the Skydio markings. I mean, Skydios, they're brilliant drones. If you wanted one in the UK, well, I'm not sure about the UK, but if you wanted one, you pay $100 deposit and you wait. I don't know what the lead time is. What's the lead time now, Marcus? Do you know? On Skydio 2?
Oh,
But
just
do a bit, haven't they?
yeah, it's come down a lot, maybe a month.
So, see, this is DJI. See, DJI with their production qualities. I mean, you think they could bring a drone out and you know.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, Steve.
Skydio, DJI,
Mavic 3.
Sky.
Mavic 3.
When is it coming out?
Hey, Steve, can I have the screen? Can I take the screen for a second and I can
You may indeed be my guest.
I'll play a little bit of this. So let me hit share and share screen. Tell me when you got it, Steve.
Okay, you're there.
Okay, I'm going to go full screen here. And this is the moment. This is, I don't know if you can see DC Rainmaker, that little bit of red behind the tree. That's him on his bike. So let me.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
That's not good.
No.
Okay.
That's not the guy that actually did the video, though. That's not the guy that. It looks a bit like the guy in the video.
It is. Oh, no. Yeah. So this is.
You know the actual promotion video we showed a little while ago? Well, that guy has actually got a channel on YouTube that actually shows the making of that and the fun he had with it. He said it was over. I think he said it was actually done over about 2 months, that video. He said he had great fun flying it. He didn't mention about putting it in the canal. So yeah, Drone Guy says Skydio is pretty tough to copy without their software. Well, yeah, this is very true. But however, I'm sure that DJI could quite easily mimic the software somewhere. I mean, all the experts they've got. So I don't know. Anyway, just a thought. What does Kim say? Rumours that the ADS-B will become first larger pro drone, perhaps Mavic 3 Pro. There you go. Mavic 3 Pro. Watch this space.
Oh,
You know.
more money.
Yeah. Ka-ching.
Yeah,
Come on, guys. What? You can't take it with you.
I want a new bike.
Well,
No, I got a new bike.
just put some props on it then.
What, my bike?
Pedal fast.
Okay, I put a link to DC Rainmaker's video there. So
There you go. So you want to watch that? Yeah, it's not very good. Any sort of drone sort of crashing. It just, you know, when you sort of, it's just a horrible.
So Skydio actually commented.
August is not that far away. August is what, 4 months away, 16 weeks. So, well, that's not long to wait,
What?
is it? August. It's August.
Yeah, 4 months.
That Skydio better come out before August.
What's that, Kev?
Skydio better come over here before August.
They should, huh? They actually, on that video that I was tracking my car when I was down in the canyon, Skydio actually commented on that video, and what they told me is that there was one point there that I lost contact with it, and they said, "Hey, take that beacon and put it on the dashboard of the car," and they said you'll get way better
Oh,
connection.
wow.
Yeah.
Marcus, why don't you just tape it to the roof?
So
See,
Marcus, you're actually in contact with Skydio 2.
That's it. Yeah. they actually,
Send me one.
yeah,
Well, you're my friend.
yeah, they're nice people. They're really nice people. Yeah.
Not that
This is
nice, are they, Jackie?
we're going to do a deal with you because if you don't send us all Skydio 2s to Spain and the UK, we're all going to buy them Mavic free. And you can take your Skydio and stick it where the sun don't shine out. Marcus,
Oh, what is he doing? Bye.
Oh,
I know he's back.
I want the Skydio.
we're not going to have
Sorry.
a
It doesn't work. It doesn't work, Steve. I'm just telling you.
Oh, well, there you go.
Don't
Is
you
that why you
know
paint your Mavic blue, Steve?
One thing to say, Marcus. Bloody, bloody, blah.
Bloody, bloody, bloody.
But did you paint your Mavic blue to copy the Sky Duo?
That's not blue.
It's not blue, is it? It's metallic.
It's metallic. That cost me a fortune. No, I didn't.
Well, not blue. Did you do that yourself?
It's blue. It's yellow. It's all sorts of.
So-
It's one of these drones that when you hold it in different lights, different colours.
Cool.
I love doing that to drones. I must admit, I'm terrible.
Have
Was
you
that
got
a spray paint?
You what?
Show it on screen, can you?
Yeah, show us.
Pictures. But
Have you got the drone there?
It probably won't show up because of the green screen.
Well, only the green parts won't show.
Yeah.
You'll just see the propellers.
Let's have a look. I'll tell you what. The green part. I'll find a close up of it. Hang on. Right. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, you can put it on screen. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
The man is
I put
thinking.
it on my screen, but I can't see you anymore. You just disappeared. Where are you? Oh, I've got to find this. Oh, grief, this is ridiculous. Right, okay, hang on.
See what you did, Kev? You really messed him up.
Share screen.
I think you're right, Stevie. I think the Mini 3 with
There we are,
obstacle
look.
avoidance.
Now you can see it now. Look, it looks sort of blue.
Yeah. It's
I
not
thought
metallic.
that was dust.
It looks like the starry background, doesn't it? The
All the
purple background.
speckles.
Stars.
It's not dust. It's sort of like it's a very strange sort of
That's the
Actually,
yellow.
I'll be
Nice.
quite honest with you. When it turned up, because I know what I ordered. When it turned up, I sort of looked at it and thought, "That's not what I ordered." Because it come all the way from Germany as well. Do you want yours done, Jackie? I'll bring one over when I come on.
Is it a skin?
Yeah.
Or
It's
Yeah.
a vinyl skin. Yeah, it's loads of bits, basically. It's like a
Platypus.
vinyl jigsaw
I'm going to
puzzle.
take my face off. He's got his face. He's got his mum plate on his arse now. Look.
Oh yeah, that. See,
Ah.
Yeah, metallic.
yeah, I can't put it there because I've got a sensor there. I've got too many sensors on my drone. I've taken them all off. Here's the thing. I tried this today. In normal mode, the drone reached a speed of 31.5 miles an hour. In sports mode, it done 31.5 miles an hour. Well,
Yeah, because you have to go into the Go4 app and you have to enable geez. Help me out, Lauren. It's been a while since I've done it. Gosh darn it. I can't but there's you have to enable it in the app, Steve.
I honestly thought so.
Terry, can you help me out, Terry? Remember there's that part in the app, in the Go4 app. It's been so long since I've done it, but there's a spot in there that you have to. What does it say? I'm trying to remember what it says. It doesn't say enable sports mode.
Go faster, but switch.
Well, it says enable alternate flight or something like that. I can't
something
remember.
like that, isn't it? Yeah. Because I remember that because I was trying to change to sport mode and then realised I needed to change it in
there
the
we go,
Go4 app.
Advanced flight modes. Right,
There you
check
go.
that out.
That's it.
You know, I just, it seemed really weird. You know, I thought it was coming back. I thought 31.5. I thought, wow, 31.5 in normal mode. I thought, I wonder what it's like in sport mode. So it went off again and put it in sport mode. It was exactly the same. I thought, how is that sport mode then?
Why make it so complicated though? Why can't you just switch the switch? You got your sport mode.
Well, that's what
That's
I
what
thought
did
you
at the
did.
start.
Kev,
When
to
I
be
had the
honest with you.
start, straight into sports mode.
And the Mini does. The Mini 2, I mean, you just literally flick over to sport mode and it's
And you're off.
just like Terry's FPV go.
But the sound effects are worth it, man. The sound effects
they're good.
make it good.
Blah, blah, blah.
You wait till you see this one go. When I put it into, well, I'm going to put it into sport mode and that done half shift. Oh, it does go. Especially if you're going a distance. I
When
like
you
to
put it in
bring it
manual
back
mode, Terry, it will
to
stop
sport mode.
going because if you just take your hand off it, you just go. boom.
Yeah,
Don't
so
hit
you
manual
press,
mode, whatever
press
you
the
do.
brake.
So Terry, I was thinking about you when I was thinking about some of the advancements that they've made with the Air 2 and the Air 2S. And one of the
Yes.
things that they've done that's significant is now the clasps on the battery are metal. They're not plastic anymore, and it holds the battery in there way more securely. And then the other thing that they've done is if you all the issues that everybody's had with Mavic 2 batteries, you just
Yes.
don't hear about it with the Mavic Air 2. So I thought somebody told me that DJI now has bought their own battery company, so they're not relying on outside suppliers.
Right. They've obviously had a lot of problems with batteries. I mean, Terry had the problem. Okay, maybe when Terry was doing the flight, it probably was pushing it to the limits, but nevertheless,
Totally.
it was still
Shouldn't have jumped out, should it?
it was still an issue that you shouldn't
Yeah,
have
he
to
shouldn't have done that.
down
No.
thing there, should
Yeah.
you?
No.
Yeah, whether he was flying it or whatever, the drone should not have happened. It was the drone's the manufacturing issue, not. But the other thing that I want to point out is those metal tabs also they make a connection when you click it in, and if it's not fully seated, the app will not let you take off.
Well, that's what I like about the FPV as well. The battery housing is totally secure. It really is. It's a heavy battery, but it slots in with a big click, and you've got to put a fairly robust clip in to connect it to the drone. So you're quite safe with that.
I think the most robust battery housing is the Mini 2 because you can't concentrate and possibly fall out of there.
What about the Skydio 2 then? Just got a battery with a magnet, hasn't it?
It's just a magnet. Yeah. I don't know.
The good thing, see, and the good thing about that, as we said, Mark, is if you was to crash it, the battery would probably disconnect from it, wouldn't it?
It does, and I don't know if that was by design, but
let's face it, any battery that hits the water with battery connected, I mean, there's going to be current flowing through the circuitry. It's going to blow things up big time. So they're trying to say, "Oh, we rescued it," but I mean, I don't think you'll rescue much of the drone once the battery starts sort of like surging power throughout the tiny little circuit boards in there.
Hey, by the way, in the DC Rainmaker video, evidently he's a diver too, so he comes back with his diving gear to try and find the drone, and he couldn't.
Wow.
He never.
Oh.
Yeah, he couldn't recover.
How deep was it then, Mark? 'Cause I'll tell you, it's quite deep. Then.
Yeah, I don't know. He said it was cold though. He said they just had snow the day before, and he said it was really cold. Yeah.
Oh my God, we're
Wow.
diving now to get it.
Yeah, we should have had a dry suit on.
Moto 2 Pro, I use power extra batteries. Power extra batteries, no swelling issue.
So, Drone Guy, is that a brand name or I'm not familiar?
Power extra batteries.
Yeah, I think it's a brand. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure I've heard of that before. Power Extra,
Yeah.
third party producer.
And they're cheaper than DJI, aren't they?
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, never heard of
There
them.
we are. So, DJ, watch out. We can start buying cheap batteries soon.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bernie, I'm not sure if Bernie's still, but one of the videos that I was watching the Bernie's this week, and I thought I must show that video. So here it is.
My name is Bernie, and you're watching BD Seidler. Thanks for watching. Today, I got a chance to fly this big crane. Yeah, that one right there. Anyway, one battery with the 5-inch and one battery with the Citadel. And both flights were exciting. So I want you to stay tuned, and thanks for watching.
And Bernie
He's
does
so
it again.
good at that
What-
now.
Wow.
Incredible.
There we are, Terry. So that's what you've got to contend with.
Yeah, I'll be you soon. Couple of weeks.
That's why I'm keeping quiet. There was a crane behind me today, and I thought, shall I fly it? And I thought, no, stay tuned, stay with the program.
I must admit, it's very shortly into that video, there's a bit where he's going towards that, and I honestly thought of it just reminded me of a roller coaster going up. You know what I mean? It's like, if I come down the other side, I'm going to go up.
The thing is,
Very
Terry,
good,
you've got the drone now to do that. If I saw a crane like that, I think, yeah, I can make a 2-second clip. It wouldn't be very interesting. But when you got the FPV drone, you can do it really.
I know, Kev, you're looking at everything, and I'm thinking, oh, yeah. And I've got a plantation of olive trees just up the road from me, and they're all in wonderful lines, and they're all evenly spaced. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to go in and out of those and do everything. But, you know, give me a week or two.
You'll be there, Terry. You'll be there.
Yeah. But it's like when you get somebody comes round and you say, oh, I'll have a look at my drone. And the next thing you know, you've flown it into a wall or something because she's going off. Oh, no more of that.
Slowly, Terry. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I know Timothy's. I've been watching some of his FPV drone, you know, and he started off very gingerly and very slowly, and you know, and now he's in manual mode now. For goodness sake.
Barrel rolls and all sorts now.
Oh dear, you know, I think that's the good thing about that drone is the fact that that's the same craft, you can fly it in steady mode or a little bit faster or manic mode. You know, I mean, M stands for, so manic, not manual, manic.
Well, it's good. Yeah, I took it down a track today, and I got down below a meter and went quite fast along this track. And then I saw all these bits coming out, and I thought, well, you know, that's good enough for one go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's good fun. It really is good fun.
It as I say, you know, I think it's one of it's a work in progress. You know, it's going to be one of the drones that you're going to be sort of like, you know, you gradually get used to it more. It's like with any other drone, but you've just got a bit more to contend with, and you got the speed to contend with as well, haven't you?
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, when I'm flying a drone at 31 miles an hour, I think that's fast. It was 86 miles an hour.
It's not that.
I don't even drive that fast in my car.
Yeah, right.
I'm not. Just what I did today, so I was coming down the A14, and I'm driving. I thought, do you know, I'm going to put cruise control, sitting at 70 miles an hour. Just what I did, just got round the corner. There's one of those police and tracked me, the one with the camera sticking out the back of it. In the lay-by, I went, ha! Anyone who overtook me, you've got a parking ticket. Congratulations. What's this?
Parking ticket.
I mean, speeding, didn't it?
Parking ticket at 70 mile an hour plus.
Nah, you won't get over 70 miles an hour. No, definitely not. You can do 82 miles an hour, but your drone might get one. 86 miles an hour. You imagine go past. What would happen then? The drone go on the bipod now. That's pretty dangerous. There we are.
Was that Michael then with his 12 gig for 5 minutes? Wow.
This is the first video from the Air 2S 5.7K video. 12 gig, 5 minutes. Yes, that's about right. That sort of seems to make sense.
That's another thing that I've done with the FPV. I've dropped it out of 4K. So I'm thinking, well, what's the point? It's an awful lot of hard drive to use just for playing around.
I tend to have both my drones in 4K. I don't know why, because I know when I used my Phantom, when that was about 2.7K, and the video was fine for that. It was great.
Yeah.
I just buy lots of hard drives.
That's it. If you fill the hard drive up, just buy another one.
That's what I got.
That's what I do.
I got one of these. It's
I've got a free.
right.
I've got a
I
little
just
free.
bought one with an SSD.
Yeah. Well, I've actually got. I've got 291
Have you hard
gigabytes
drive, Jackie?
for my Mac. So
5 terabytes, I think this one is. Or
is Sean there? Is he? Oh, Sean.
Oh.
Right. I can't see him.
yeah,
Where is
Paul's
he?
watching. He hasn't commented. He's just watching.
Oh, hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Jackie, I buy the 10 or 12 terabyte external drives.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I've got about 3 or 4 of them.
Wow.
Listen, here's the thing. The way I look at it, I save all my video, and I know some people don't, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I edit the bits out of it, but at the moment, so I've been flying to Newmarket, and I think I've got something in the region of the file so far is, if I can find it, I can't see it now, it's vanished off the face here. It's here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, it's a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, I record, make my little movies, and then chuck it.
Yeah.
I don't. I keep all of mine.
Occasionally, I think, I wish I had that clip again. I'd do something different with that. But
Well, do you remember that one I did of Pedrera, the 4 seasons of the Pedrera?
yeah,
And that was
See, I
all
can't do that.
footage that I
I've got
saved. Yeah.
yeah, it's quite good.
Yeah, it's so far my Newmarket video footage is 81 gigabytes.
Wow. See, I never used to keep my footage because I've just got a MacBook Pro laptop thingy, and I didn't have the space.
No.
And then now I've started editing on my hard drive, my external hard drive as well. And
What size is that? Is that about 3 terabytes, was it? Or
what, my external 5?
yeah, external drive,
Yeah, it's brilliant. I haven't got any problems, and I probably could store stuff now, but because I've got into the habit of not storing it, I just carry on.
I mean, what do you do? What about you, Mark? Do you keep? You say do you keep it all then? Do you?
Yeah, and you know, honestly, my goal is to at some point, I guess, put together a home server so that it's all in a rack and maybe even with swappable drives. I don't know. I don't really. I can't give you a good reason.
Because I mean, the thing is, a lot of
kind of fun. There's, just like what Jackie described, there's times that I've gone back and I said, yeah, I got some video of that, and I can go back and find it then.
Yeah. But more often than not, you don't go back to any of it, do you?
And that's very true, Jackie. It's probably a waste of
I
time.
can guarantee a lot of that video footage I've got from Newmarket, I'm going to try and finish. I'm probably, it was 81 gigabytes of data there so far. And to be honest with you, it'll probably get to about over 100 gigabytes, and then when the video comes out, it'll be about 1 gigabyte.
Yeah.
and I'll just delete it. I can't see the point in keeping it, but each their own.
And Hot Rod in Daytona is saying in the chat he's going to build a 60 terabyte server. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I mean it's. If you want to keep it. But I've got. I'm telling you, I collect too much stuff, me, including data and all the other stuff I've got. My wife keeps saying to me, "Why don't you just get all that stuff and sell it all? You're not going to use it." But I said it'll come in handy one day. That's what lads do.
Yeah, that's it. You know what it's called on your computer though? It's called data proliferation.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Not just hoarding, then.
Yeah.
Hoarding. Data hoarding. Right, what else we got? Hang on. We've got something else here. Something I was going to show. I can't remember what it was now. Oh, yes, I remember. Right, with another video, just time pushing on. It'd be time for our resident
comedian.
Right.
Oh, I've just woken up. Yeah.
Drone Seekers featured video of the week.
It's the evening light shining through the curtains, the time before the night when everything is golden. You're sitting on the chair, wrapped inside a bedsheet, playing with your hair, watching people on the high street. If I wished myself a superpower, I would make this moment last for hours. If I had my will, time would just stand still. Wait for me until I find some magic film to take a photograph and live inside. The sun is going down. Your skin is like a painting. Light is perfect now, but I can feel it changing. Kids are probably soon. Don't get me wrong, I'm ready. Well, I know what to do when we're no longer two, when us means more than me and you. Oh, if I wished myself a superpower, I would make this moment last for hours. If I had my will, time would just stand still. Wait for me until I find some magic film to take a photograph, live inside.
Oh, I'm getting into that.
Well,
You
good, that was-
Oh, and then fell asleep. That was excellent.
Yeah.
I like that.
One of our recent subscribers to the Facebook.
I was chatting to him today, funnily enough.
Peter. I must admit, I didn't
Yeah,
realise he was
no,
from
no,
Norway. Until I
madam.
watched that video, and I didn't realise he was from
He's just
Norway.
called Peter,
Yeah,
as in Peter.
he was
done.
very, very good.
That's his
So,
real name.
You're very popular.
Who,
Jackie.
me?
Jackie,
Yeah, cool. You do get around.
so earlier on, Hot Rod Daytona said, right, okay, want to hear a really big number. Okay,
Yeah.
yes, we do. What was it? Oh, I missed it.
We're listening, Hot Rod.
It's all gone very
It's getting awful quiet in here.
I think he's written it down.
He hasn't finished typing the notes.
He's
in
trying to
yet.
type that number in really quick, isn't he?
Okay. Well, tell you, we'll give you a chance to do that. And,
Yeah. Time for Terry's Joe.
and
No, it's Hot Rod wants something, Jackie.
I suppose it's this time.
And now it's time for Terry's Joke of the Week.
Well, I'd like to apologise if this has been said before, but I can't remember it. Now, young Patrick lost his job last week in the doctor's surgery. And yeah, exactly that. And he thinks, what can I do? Where can I go? So he sees an advert for the local zoo. Never worked in the zoo before, knows nothing about animals. So he goes round there, and the head keeper said, yeah, he said, I'll take you on. He said, we'll have to have a couple of little trials, and then we'll see if we'll keep you on permanently. He said, your first job, he says, is go round to the fish tank. He said, I want you to clean it out, make sure the fish are all fed, and just make sure it's hunky-dory. It's everything is perfect. So he goes round to the fish tank, and he gets his mop and his bucket, and he ends up slipping some bleach in the water. And all these fish looked up at him and went, "Poof," and that was it. They were gone, dead. And he thinks, oh, what do I do? So he collected them all up, and he looked across, and he sees the lion pen. So he threw the lot over the top of the fence. He thinks, oh, I'll get rid of that. And he walks back to the head keeper's office, keeping quite stum about it. Didn't say an awful lot, you know. And he said, I've done that, boss. He said, what's next? And he said, right, he said, I'd like to go round to the chimpanzee's cage. Just clean it out, give her some food, make sure she's all right. Okay, no problems. And he goes round there and he's cleaning it out, and everything's fine. And all of a sudden he turns round, and this chimp is a very, very nervous disposition. She looks at him, fell down dead, heart attack, there and then. I thought, where do I go? So anyway, you think, they eat meat, don't they? So he gets the chimp, and he puts it over the fence. And the old lion looks at it, and he's gone. He's there. He goes back to the head keeper. He said, I finished that one, boss. Anything else you want me to do? Yeah, he said, sort out the bees, the beehives, and he'd clean up all around them, make sure that everything's fine, but just be careful because they're a little bit wobbly, the hives. So he goes round to the apiary, and it's all there, all the bees are flying around, and he's sweeping up, and he trips, whack, and he knocks all these beehives over, and they crush all the bees. And he thinks, oh no, again. He said, I really am a problem. So he puts them all back up, and he gets a shovel, and he shapes up all the crushed up bees, and he throws them over the line thing again. And guess what? It's the best place to put it, you know. Anyway, he goes back to the head keeper, and he thinks, nah, I can't handle this. Walks out, gone. Anyway, in the lion cage, following day, lion's sitting there, just minding his own business, and this new lady lion comes in. She sidles up to him. Hi, honey. And he said, oh, hello, how are you? All right? And she said, I'm fine. She said, what's it like here? He said, oh, it's all right. And she said to him, what's the food like? Why, it's funny you should say that. It's so funny you should say that. He said, 3 days ago, it was awful. It was awful. But yesterday, I got fish, chips, and mushy peas. They were lovely. You.
Terry's joke of the week.
Very good.
We've got to put this on just in case Marcus or any of our American friends says, what's mushy peas? Them's is mushy peas.
There we are. Terry Springs, can you get a video? Can you get a picture of fish chips and mushy peas? But we have heard it before, but there we are. That's was that?
I know. I've got a file with all my jokes in it, and I bought a new computer this week, and I've transferred a load of stuff on it, and inadvertently I've wiped off my file with all my jokes in it.
Oh no!
I know, and I had about 4 weeks worth lined up, so I had to drag that one out of my out of the back of here. So sorry if we've heard it before.
I hadn't heard it. That's good.
So the answer was 5 million gigabytes.
No, that's petabytes. Earlier, he was talking about petabytes.
Yeah,
no, that's 5 million gigabytes, which is equivalent to 5 petabytes.
Petabytes.
Right, there we are.
That's a hell of a lot of bytes. That's all.
That's a lot of bytes.
That's be a ton of bytes.
Considering my first computer had a hard drive of 250 megabytes. And I think we had to do something to it so it actually held, you compressed it somehow, so it actually held 500 megabytes.
Well, that's what I'm saying about
my first ever computer was a ZX Spectrum, and it was 100.
I had a ZX Spectrum, a little tiny one with little rubber buttons on it.
I had an Abacus.
I had my fingers.
Yeah. I got cramped.
Talking of fingers, Marcus, how old are you have fingers? He's not going to say
It's what?
You want to tell a story? What the hell was that?
That was I just had my tea brought in.
Oh,
Nice.
I
excellent.
don't get that service.
Marcus, have you got a sandwich yet?
Not yet, but I
Oh,
hear.
there is slacking.
You
Yeah,
can hear it doing.
I hear some activity downstairs. So
Yeah, Commodore 64.
Robin had a Commodore 64.
And I had BBC. I know was it Acorn Electron? That's it.
That's what I had.
Yeah,
Oh,
that,
don't know that
see, what
one.
I liked about the Acorn Electron, because like the ZX Spectrum, we used to get these magazines. Who used to get the magazines and with all the listings in there for some silly little game, and you'd have to sit there for ages typing it all in.
Yeah, and then
And
make
you
it
guarantee
brilliant.
you'd run the damn thing because because the ZX Spectrum was a tape, wasn't it?
That's right.
And it seemed to me like the more rubbish the tape player was, the better it works. Because if you tried to use an upmarket cassette deck or proper audio, hi-fi one, should I say, it wouldn't work very well. So you'd have to get one of these really cheap Japanese, type, and you get halfway through it and load it and then stop halfway and think, oh no, rewind the tape and start again. How frustrating is it? See, people these days don't know they're born, do they? All these computers. I've still got an Acorn Electron, that's what I'm doing this with. Not really. Dee Dee. Was this Amstrad 66? Was the 6?
Amstrad.
664 Amstrad. What was that? Oh, Amstrad.
Yeah, 64, wasn't it?
Yes, because Amstrad, of course, was Mr. Sugar himself, wasn't it? Alan Sugar.
Alan Sugar.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on here. Was it? Oh, we missed something here, I think.
Because he plays video games.
Mikey plays video games all the time. We know your secret now, Mikey.
I don't understand yet. The Barbara's gone out of business. On a serious note, I had to queue for an hour and a half outside the shop. Okay, then I want to go into the shop.
Get your haircut, blimey.
I finished work at just after 5 o'clock and I go home at 6:45. And he said, "Where have you been?" I said, "Get me a haircut." She went, "Where's your haircut?"
Which one? The one with the plaster on.
Bloody.
An old army joke.
that's it, Steve. When I go, I'm not just going to get a haircut. I'm going to get them all cut.
You could do that yourself, Marcus.
I did actually say to the guy, I said, "Do us a favour, when you cut that hair, can you put it in a bag?" He said, "What for?" I said, "Well, one day I might need to make a wig, or I've got enough hair to make two."
Yeah, you want to make a pillow off of it.
The problem was, I don't think the barber saw the funny side of it. When he started work at 8 o'clock, he was telling me on the Monday, when the bar was opened on the Monday, he started work at 8 and finished work at 9. I said, "Well, you only work for an hour." Every time I went out, he thought, if he don't give me a tip, I want to kill him. He's winding me up. So yeah, so right, so it's that time again. So
Oh wow!
Right,
You see,
next week.
Mikey's last comment.
You what?
Mikey was on about his nephew flying his FPV.
Tiny Hawk. It's one of them little ones, isn't it?
Oh, I see. I thought it was Michael.
Well, I've got to speak to John Coopy sometime. Where I went today, we're in a perfect place to fly an FPV drone because there's so much open space. Okay, there's trees, but not, you'd have to be pretty useless to hit the trees.
Well, I'm going tomorrow. I'm going to an abandoned factory site, which they've changed into a paintball area. And he's asked if we would like to go and fly our drones there.
Oh, okay. That'd be fun.
So I'm going to pop in and see him tomorrow. And then perhaps we can have a meet there.
That'd be good.
So what is the situation in Spain now? I mean, can you actually cross over the borders yet?
No, not yet.
No,
They're saying 9th of May that they're going to end the
Oh,
state of alarm.
that's when his state of alarm ends, isn't it?
Yeah, so I don't know if stuff
Yeah.
will start to happen then.
So, Jackie, have you had your jab?
Nope.
Well, Terry hasn't had his yet.
No, I haven't had mine yet.
Oh, you haven't?
Nope.
I don't know what's wrong. A lot of my mates have had it. They've all had theirs, but I'm going in on Thursday to give blood, so I'm going to ask them then.
Yeah.
It's not down
literally-
to. It's not down to
Well,
my
not-
age. Yeah.
It's
No, you're
open to
not.
all adults here now. Anybody 16 and up can
Yeah,
get
I think pretty much it's pretty much the same here. I think they're doing the I think they're setting the thing up at Westfield in London, basically for trying to get teenagers to pop in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you know, Robin, if we get something sorted out with the factory, and it might be a good
Yeah, that'd be good.
a good trip.
About time we had a meet up, a Spanish meet up.
Yeah.
Fortuna, Terry. What about Fortuna? Is that in your region, Fortuna?
No, that's
Yeah,
that's
no.
fucking Mercia, isn't it?
It's back end of Murcia, yeah. Unfortunately,
Not good.
I like it there. There's a lovely dam there at
Yeah.
Fortuna.
Yeah, we've got quite a few locations to go to.
Right, well, it's that time once again. Thanks for joining us. Next week, join us. 1 year anniversary for the show next week, so I'm sure we'll come up with something exciting for that. So be there or be square.
Be square.
There we are. And just in case you don't want to know what it is,
That lemon was off my tree.
Mince, chips, and mushy peas. Don't forget. And when I find a way out of this show, we'll go. Right, okay. Join us next week. See you soon. Fly safe. Stay safe. Blah, 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 blah.
Bye all.
Thank you for joining us tonight on the Drone Seekers Sunday Show. It's good night from us until next time. Stay safe and fly safe.